sure we're all familiar with this place, Art Institute. Closed till further notice. For those of you who like the bean, there's your bean. Across the street, John Sabo, the guy's giving credit. That's a statue to him. Jean-Baptiste Sabo. He's giving credit as the founder of Chicago. And here, right at the opening of the mouth of the Chicago River, is where he settled. Come and give you a closer look of the statue. It's dedicated to this Haitian-born founder of Chicago. Of course, we all know natives were here first, but he's given credit as founding this city. And right behind him, there's the opening of the river. And as we know, major cities and such are founded near water, rivers, and lakes. It's another plaque on the Michigan Avenue Bridge. William Hill Thompson. Big Bill. He was here during Al Capone's day, 1920. Big Bill, William Hill Thompson. But just across the street you have the London House. Illinois Society of Colonial Dames of America, 1925. So as you see, there's actually a lower Michigan Avenue as well. Sort of a hidden way of travel, the way less traveled. But the street level is actually underneath us, the original street level. Site of Fort Dearborn, 1803. You see here they have a sort of outline of where Fort Dearborn was here on the bridge. I guess this is the perimeter of Fort Dearborn here. There's the river. It's the Chicago River Walk, but sort of an outline of Fort Dearborn, and it would have crossed right over. Here's some more. Really interesting. Yeah. London House. London Guaranty and Accident Building, called the London House. And during the 50s, 60s, and 70s, there was a little club or steakhouse that was right here in this corner of the building. It's now a corner bakery, but retail space. But 50s, 60s, and 70s, it was a steakhouse called the London House, and the London House used to host a slew of music from many great pianists, from Oscar Peterson, Teddy Wilson, Marian McPartland. The list goes on and on. Many artists have recorded here, and you can find them on YouTube. Oscar Peterson at London House, and Nancy Wilson has performed there. There's many. The list goes on and on. I'll post the musicians that have played here. But right in the center, over the doorway, you'll see there's like a bronze plaque of what used to sit here on this site, on the original site, of course. We're higher up. The streets have been raised, but this was Fort Dearborn, the location of Fort Dearborn, the America's outpost here in the West. When Chicago was the West, this was Fort Dearborn. So in the mid-40s, it would have been the Dearborn Grill, Fort Dearborn Grill. But in the mid-50s, they included live music. At that time, it was converted to host live music. 1955. Began to host live music, and in come the musicians. Ramsey Lewis, Erroll Garner. I'm still naming musicians who played here. This goes on and on. Yeah, it was open until the late hours, 4 a.m. These brothers, Oscar and George Marienthal, were the two brothers that owned it, which they also owned another building or a night spot in Chicago just northwest of here. And we'll talk about that later in another vlog. But, oh, what the hell, I'll tell you now. They own the Mr. Kelly's. Mr. Kelly's, a very popular night spot in Chicago. At this time, remember, you would have had, Chicago would have been like a Hollywood. You know, Barbara Streisand performed there, and Woody Allen, but that's another story. But during this period in Chicago, Chicago was like a Hollywood. You had the Playboy Club just north of here. A lot of entertainment in Chicago at this time, 50s, 60s. I missed a lot of it again. One of my piano instructors said when he was in college, he actually used to frequent this place, London House, and he sat down and talked with many of the artists that performed here. Him and the other piano students. This would have been in the late 60s, he told me. But yeah, the two brothers owned this club, the London House, which was nationally renowned, and the Mr. Kelly's. Incredible. Bobby Short, Amahd Jamal also were performers here. In 1958, Sarah Vaughn recorded an album here, After Hours, at the London House. But there were quite a few artists that recorded albums here. London House, and as you see, the streets were raised, so the original level would have been lower. So it's built over Lower Wacker Drive and Upper Wacker Drive. But that would have been, was the site of Fort Dearborn.
that was a good location to check out, London House. Reflecting, I can recall, I believe my instructor said that he had spoken with Earl Fatha Hines there, but in the late 60s, he said. But it's a very interesting spot, the location itself. I'll list some of the people that have performed there, links to other resources where you can read a bit more about the location, the performers, and the albums that have been recorded there. Thank you for watching Derrick Bound's music vlog, and stay tuned for the next.